Hello, welcome to Stuart Gipp in Video World 4. We've got a lot to get through, so no time for any lengthy intro. There have been a lot of WWE games over the years, and being a relatively recent convert to the pro wrestling fandom, I think now's the time for me to do a quick rundown of them, step into the squared circle and let's journey together through the many WWE video games released on almost all consoles in Video World's Guide to WWE Games. They're all shit. All of them. Shit. Well, this is awesome. It's literally Sega Castlevania. This is amazing. Oh my god, he's got like a collection of serial killers. Who's the second boss? Fred West? The Game Boy Advance, and it was an advance. It took a look at the already very good Game Boy Color and went, oh, you got some colours, have you? Yeah? Bit of colour? Boom! Look at these colours! Except you couldn't, because the screen was so dark, it basically registered as pitch black unless you played it in the actual centre of the earth, in which case it was absolutely fine. The GBA, as it was commonly known, is now 15 years old, and I'd be quite comfortable to state on the record that its library is the best in the history of handhelds. Also, there's a model for everyone, from the original kind with its screen like the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey, to the GBA SP with its front-lit, washed-out screen that was still 1,000 times better but had no headphone jack because Nintendo are a goddamn disaster, to the tiny Wii Game Boy Micro that had to be mainly played with tweezers, to the remade GBA SP with the backlight and better D-pad that's rare as hell and costs $1,000 or something, and finally just the normal DS with a GBA cartridge in it sticking out like it's got the turtle's head. Yeah, there is no ideal, affordable and or legal way to play GBA games. Sure, you can get the Game Boy Player on your Cube, but that's hardly ideal for the Buster Milton Keynes. You can get some stuff on the Wii U, great, but you'll only get as far as the bogs with that. What's going on? Why is there no good GBA that doesn't cost all the money? It is truly a great gaming mystery. So let's celebrate the GBA, let's drink to its partial success, and toast the Game Boy brand's brutal murder by DS. DS is a cold man. That's a fairly obscure Michael Jackson reference, and admittedly a weak joke to end on. No, I'm not doing the history of frogs anymore. It's stupid. I can't be... Fine! This is Kirby from the Super Famicom game Sanrio World Smash Ball. Kirby was created in 1987 and his birthday July the 10th. His hometown is Donut Pond and he lives in the Kero house. Some of Kirby's friends include Caroline, Noburun, Kyorusuke, Ganta and Keropei, Denden and Teru. I'm just reading this off Wikipedia. I've got nothing. I've got nothing. Did you see that? He's gone. Shotgun's... He's gone. It's just vaporizing them. Oh, man. Oh. The Nintendo Wii. Facilitator of many hilarious webcomics about how its name can also mean penis. Also, sorry. A decade and it's very, very, very funny. Any road, the Wii conquered the world by first providing an alternative to actual sport with Wii Sports, then marketing directly to the subsequent nation of fatties with Wii Fit. Unfortunately, they failed to maintain their audience for the Wii U, because Wii Fit didn't actually make you fit, and their past customers all died of massive heart disease. But the Wii wasn't just flailing like a comedy dad. It also had some good games, lots of good games in fact. It's actually got one of the best libraries ever if you ask me. And a lot of those games you know, but some you just might not. But I mean, you know, you're watching a pretty obscure video games show. I mean, I'm sure you know a bunch about games. And one. I've shouted louder at the telly playing this than almost any other game, and that's a mark of quality. In multiplayer, this is an absolute blast, a completely absurd experience as grimdark Mario fires 10 footballs at a time into a goal tended by a Kremling. It's a tense, frantic game all about building momentum. Plus, you can be a boo and just ghost into the goal for the win. Oh yeah, what is its name? It's Super Mario Strikers Charged Football. Should have led with that, really. 2. If you like great music, gorgeous sprite work, and not knowing what the fuck you're supposed to do at any point, La-Mulana is the game for you. Explore a huge complex ruin, solving puzzles and improving your character build. Willfully obtuse, extraordinarily difficult but deeply rewarding. Charming stuff and frankly essential. It's also available on Steam and PS Vita if your Wii is in the attic or in CEX. 3? A truly demented OTT parody of an already demented OTT series, Contra Rebirth is a short, sweet throwback to the Halcyon days when games didn't give a shit about being silly. It's part of Konami's glorious Rebirth series that also brought delighted Wii owners a new Gradius and a new Castlevania, both of which were pretty excellent. It's so brief but so wonderful, so memorably insane, and with such great arrangements of classic Contra tunes. It's a brilliant little retro thing. 4. Based on the absolutely excellent cartoon, Batman the Brave and the Bold is a side-scrolling platform beat-em-up that you can play entirely in co-op. That really ought to be enough to convince you, but it's got lengthy and interesting stages, lots to see and do, an exciting combat system that's both deep enough to engage but accessible enough that anyone can play, and gorgeous cartoon graphics. It's also very funny in places, much like the show. Great game.
Scientists predict that by the year 3000, cats will develop their own space technology and fly to the moon.
5. Kirby Adventure Wii is quite well known, but little known at the same time. It came out late in the life of the Wii, but it's as classic a Kirby as they come, a really well made experience. Also, you can play 4-player and fight over who gets to be DDD, which is obviously amazing. Much more traditional than the departure that was Kirby Epic Yarn, Adventure Wii is satisfying long, mechanically diverse, and as cute as the dickens. It's also on Wii U now for a pittance, so pick it up. Yo, watch me headshot this goat. Take that, you goat bitch. Don't know what I'm doing with this whole video games thing sometimes, to be honest. The unfortunately named Abuse for DOS is to this day one of the most uniquely atmospheric side-scrollers you can find. It very obviously takes some cues from the Alien series in its creature designs, but the best way to describe it is probably sideways Doom mixed with Probotector. I mean, you play as a robot guy, so... I mean, the robot guy kind of looks like the Predator mixed with the Supervisor from Rise of the Robots, and that's the first time anyone's mentioned that game in any capacity since 1997. The levels are large yet claustrophobic, and packed with items and secrets, making exploration and attention to detail worthwhile and rewarding. The game is controlled by moving the player with the cursor keys and aiming and firing his weapons with the mouse, which can be a little bit clunky at first but quickly comes to feel liberating and enjoyable. Precise aiming is possible, but it can be difficult when you're being rushed by a swarm, which is pretty frequently. It's a frantic experience for sure, demanding and quite startling in places. The aliens make a really unforgettable noise. It's a great game and is actually now freeware, so you can download it and play it in DOSBox. Proof then that not all abuse is necessarily bad. Okay, like every other kind of abuse is bad. Oh, Jesus Christ, can I just take that back and try again? Okay, here we go. Abuse is a very good thing and I hope everyone experiences it. Okay, that's a huge improvement, and that's a wrap on this segment. Thanks. You can stay. Twin World on the Acorn Archimedes. An unimportant, fairly rudimentary side-scroller. I don't even feel a need to show any footage of it, it's nothing special. So why is it that whenever I hear the music from the first level, I feel a wrenching sense of melancholy? The instrumentation, the synths, they just scream something. I'll wager even if you've never played it before, never heard it before, it feels like you have. That's how it made me feel when I was 6, 7 years old when I first heard it, and I wasn't able to understand why back then, and I'm still not able. I went to a local place, a museum of computing we're lucky enough to have in my neck of the woods. Before it opened, they let me go through their boxes and boxes of original packaged video games, and that was great fun. It was hugely nostalgic for me. And then I found a copy of Twin World, and I'd never seen the box art before, and for some reason it put this huge lump in my throat, like I genuinely felt like I might break down in tears. I didn't even know why that was. I was with a friend at the time and she was like, "Are you okay?" And I said, "Yeah, I'm okay, but I don't know what it is about this one." I hear it and I'm transported back in time to 94, 93, and it's this piece of music that for me I can't overstate the impact of. There is no other piece of music that exists, video games or otherwise, that has this effect on me at the moment, at this point of my life. Twin World. Stage 1. I'm gone. And I don't know why. Listening back to it for this has made me feel numb. Talking about it, remembering it in my head has made me feel numb. And I don't know, I just wanted to share that because that's what happens sometimes. Thanks for watching.